It depends on the make. Round baubles are about $2 to $6 each. But it doesn't matter what it is made of. There are many uses for a simple round bauble that no one talks about. In this video, I show you 6 different uses for such an affordable jewelry making tool. The first way. Drill round holes. The most common way of using a round bauble is to drill round holes. This is a piece of sterling silver. The standard practice for a beginner is: first, you mark where you want to drill with a scriber, and then you make the mark bigger by using a drill bit. I'm using a 1mm drill bit here because it has a pointy tip. You can easily place the tip on the mark and make it bigger. After that, you enlarge the mark using a round bauble and eventually drill the hole through. Or you can get the hole through with the drill bit and enlarge it with the round bauble. Either way, it works. The point here is, by starting with a mark and gradually making it bigger, you will have less chance to slip and can drill the hole precisely. However, if you're confident, you can drill the hole directly with the round bauble like this. It's much quicker. There is no right or wrong way when doing this. It is only about which one you prefer and the way in which you feel more comfortable. Second, use it to remove material. You see there is a big ridge on the inner wall of my sterling silver ring here. If I use a file to remove this, it's going to take a while. That's when a round bauble comes in very handy in this situation. The one I use here is made of carbide. Because the material is sterling silver, it's quite soft. A steel one works quite well as well. But I want to remove the material in an aggressive way, so carbide is my first choice here. If the ring is made of 9-carat yellow gold, carbide will be the best option. Actually, I found my bauble is too small compared to the ridge I need to remove. Using a bigger one will remove the unwanted material much quicker. This round bauble I use here is made of steel. This is how it looks once the entire ridge is completely removed, because the surface is very rough. Next, I finish it with some sandpaper. I have another video showing how I make this sanding tool. The link is in the description below. Now the inner wall of the ring is smooth. If you like this video and would like me to make more videos like this one, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't. This really supports the channel and helps it to grow. And it doesn't cost a thing. Third, you can use it to engrave letters and patterns. Because round baubles take away material, you can actually use it to engrave either letters or patterns on your jewelry. Before putting my bauble on, I have scratched a letter on the surface with a scriber. When doing this, I would recommend using a carbide bauble and use the highest speed your motor allows. If you have to use a steel bauble, use a brand new one. Using a dowel bobber at a low speed increases the chance of skidding. When that happens, you could easily ruin the surface of your jewelry. This is a capital letter A in the font called Palace script. To engrave a pattern, I'm going to draw a simple leaf to show you an example. It could be anything you want. So if you don't have an expensive engraving system, a simple round bobber is a great alternative. It's much more affordable as well. Fourth, you can use it to make seeds for stone setting. This is an antique bead in 9-carat yellow gold. I need to set some blue sapphires around it. To make the seed, I first drill a hole deep into the bead. That is to fit the pointy keellet of the sapphire. To create the seed to bear the sapphire, I use 2 different sizes of round bobber. First a small one, then a big one. Because the bead is made of solid 9-carat yellow gold. Both of the bobbers I use here are made of carbide. With the seed ready, the round sapphire fits inside perfectly well. This is how it looks after the sapphire is set into place. Fifth, you can use it to create textures. For instance, deep hammer texture effect. This pair of earring studs has a deep hammer texture on the surface. You can create this exact texture by using a round bobber. To do that, you first choose the size of the bobber to match the size of the texture you want to create. Next, you drill a hole on the surface. Instead of drilling through, stop halfway to create a dimple on the surface. Place the second one right next to it, then a third one, fourth one, and so on. The key here is you want to make each hole more or less the same depth. After lining up a few, you will have a deep hammer effect texture on the surface, like this. If you arrange these dimples on a curved surface, you will create the texture these studs earrings have. 6. You can turn it into a brand new tool. Once these round bobbers turned out, don't throw them away. Remove the bobber tip with a pair of pliers, and you can extend their lives by making it into a brand new tool. The simplest tool you can make yourself is a scriber like this one. If I open this screw cap on my scriber, you will see it better. Basically, it's a standard shank with a pointy tip, held by a collet. This shank comes from a dowel bobber. Here's my grinding wheel. If you don't have one like this, any cutting wheel will work. As far as the surface is harder than the steel, it'll be fine. Next, grind the end to a pointy tip by keep rotating the tip on the surface of the grinding wheel. Later, once the tip is down, you can always polish it again like this. The standard length of such a shank is more than 1¼ inches long. That's about 3½ centimeters. Once this is made, you will only polish no more than 1 millimeter away each time. At this rate, even if you use it a lot to make jewelry, a single shank like this is going to last a very long time. Actually, not just a round bobber. You can use any steel burr with a shank like this. For instance, a drill bit, a stone setting burr, a hard burr, a wheel burr, or a cone burr. A lot of these burrs are made of very good quality steel, and even carbide. Throwing the entire piece away just because the tip has worn out is a big waste. Once it's done, put it into the collet, and here you have a perfectly decent scriber. You can see, to go from a dull, worn-out bobber to a very useful scriber takes less than 2 minutes. Besides a simple scriber, you can also make a beading tool like this. I have a video showing how I did that from scratch. The link is in the description below if you're interested. There are many things you can make out of a worn bobber. Here's a graver that can be used for hand engraving. A setting tool like this one is also made from a bobber. Because I have shown how to do that in other videos, I won't repeat that here. You can find all the links in the description below. After all this, can you think of anything else I could do with a round bobber? If there's any, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, you might also like the one on the screen. I will see you in the next video.